rise of agritourism. Overview of topic. Agritourism is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Statistics vary, but from what I have found, in 2019, the size of the agritourism market was shown to be $42 billion and is projected to reach $62 billion by 2027. This increase in market is just one example of the trend of agritourism. Also, if you keep seeing these kids, this is me and my siblings exploring and experiencing agritourism as we grow up. I think we're really cute, so there may or may not be quite a lot of pictures of us in this. Google defines agritourism as something that involves any agriculturally based operation or activity that brings visitors to a farm or ranch. Agritourism includes a vast range of outdoor, interactive experiences such as pick your own pumpkin patches, corn mazes, living history farms, petting and feeding zoos, and more. There's a quote that I found that says, "Agritourism is a way of opening new doors for tourism where people can experience farm activities, rural lifestyles, and green peace ambience, which people cannot easily find in urban areas." Learning objectives. The learning objectives of this presentation include to learn the basics of agritourism, to learn about how agritourism is affecting both current trends and what becomes a trend in the future, and to learn how agritourism is used to create new business collaborations. Why do we care? Why is agritourism important to us? Well, people are often interacting with agritourism without even knowing it. They take their kids to a farm or a Christmas tree lot without having any idea of what agritourism even is. Agritourism is basically any nature-based attraction, usually taking place on a farm or ranch. Agritourism provides a fun and interactive way to fulfill that strange need to be in nature that all humans have. It is important to know about agritourism so the businesses that provide these memorable experiences can continue to stay open. Whenever it is that my family is able to travel to visit our grandparents who go to Florida each winter, one of our favorite stops to make along the way is at the Parksdale Farm Market. They have all sorts of fresh produce, but our main reason for stopping is their strawberries. I don't think we have ever taken advantage of their You Pick strawberry fields. What we do love to do is to go to their gift shop marketplace where they sell their strawberries made into milkshakes or topped with huge amounts of whipped cream. My sister's eyes here really say it all. They have a gigantic strawberry throne that we always take pictures in. The Parksdale Farm Market is truly a great example of agritourism, mixing crops, interactions with crops through you-pick experiences, and a gift shop for those that don't want to or don't have the time to fully immerse themselves in the strawberry fields. Agritourism is a rising trend in social media, its content appearing more commonly on For You pages and opening screens more frequently with each passing day and trend. Why do people on social media care about agritourism? Agritourism allows for people to easily look through media and find places for them to get together with their friends in a safe outdoors environment. There are two quotes I found by Sarah Stever of Forbes magazine. One is, "Agriculture influencers on Instagram and emerging TikTok stars have also made their mark, providing followers with a first-hand look at farm life and piquing the interest of a largely urban/suburban audience." The second quote is, It should be noted that many aspiring influencers have also flocked to agritourism venues as a way of boosting their social media presence. Think portraits in a sunflower field or video content feeding a baby calf. Both quotes are suggesting a gain in media presence through Instagram and TikTok, but agritourism content can be shared across almost any media platform. The rise of agritourism. Agritourism is a product of urbanization. As the population of people living on farms lowered, agritourism began to rise in popularity. People who didn't live on farms wanted to experience small factors of farm life and would plan visits with their families just to experience the lifestyle that was fading. Along with the urbanization and lowering of population living on farms, the interactions between humans and nature began to lower. People increased city population, lowering the likelihood of interacting with animals. Businesses saw this as an opportunity to open their doors to the public to pay and experience these fleeting nature interactions. How is science involved? In terms of mental health, scientific studies have gotten results that show being outdoors improves mental health. Better mental health is also linked to longer and healthier life. A quote from UC Davis Health states, "Nature can help decrease your anxiety levels and can help lessen stress and feelings of anger." Exercise can also help this, but it's even better when you're outside. So going on a hike or a walk through a corn maze improves overall health more than going to a gym and walking on a treadmill. Activities such as goat yoga are specifically designed to relieve stress by connecting nature into a workout. How is science involved? In addition to mental health, farm-to-table agritourism leads to an improvement in physical well-being. Knowing details about the food you buy can help you make healthier eating choices. You can be conscious about where and how the things you eat are grown and make choices like organic or higher quality brands of food to improve your everyday diet. Another quote from Sarah Stever of Forbes magazine says, "Young consumers who identify as millennials or Gen Z are increasingly concerned about where their food comes from and how it is produced. Knowledge of this can come from visiting farms and other agritourism sites and actively interacting with animals and plants and the environments in which food is created from." On another side of agritourism, higher physical activity is linked to being outdoors. Even if it is just walking around the farm with your younger siblings, you are at least walking. UC Davis Health says, "People typically engage in regular physical activity when they're in nature. Fresh air and an open environment are great beginning factors to walking, hiking, and running. And if they don't end up making you want to exercise, at least you will go back inside with a clearer mind." Newer generations effect. The newer generation's effect on agritourism and healthy lifestyles is quite influential. Humans are becoming more absorbed into social media content every day. There is an app for just about everything, and if there isn't one, there are at least 5 Google results for it. Newer generations can utilize this technology age by creating media content in agritourism places that can spread awareness about these places, which are often small businesses. Last fall, I think it might have been some of this fall even also, a trend was to carve out the inside of a pumpkin from the bottom and place it over your head, and then go and take pictures and videos in a corn maze. It is really gross if you think about the reality of this trend, But corn mazes and businesses selling pumpkins gained popularity during this time as people wanted to go out and participate in this odd trend. People would watch their favorite content creators and then go to their local agritourism sites to create videos and pictures of their own. Additional sources of income. Agritourism is popular within communities built off of smaller businesses working together. Some smaller businesses might go into agritourism because it creates another source of income for them. For instance, if a farmer allows for groups of children to come and visit their farm a few times each week to interact with the animals, they gain a second income with very little additional expense. Kids love animals. This is me forming an emotional attachment to a baby chicken within seconds of meeting it. Adults love for the kids in their care to be happy and to learn. My older brother loves birds. He used to be really obsessed with them when he was younger and knew over 200 species of birds just by their calls. So he would be so excited when we would go to places that allowed for us to interact with the birds, even in the slightest bit. Though he does not look too pleased with the 2 rainbow lorikeets standing on his shoulders. Expanding business. Agritourism creates expansion opportunities through partnerships between businesses. A way for people working in agritourism to expand their business would be to partner with another compatible business in a way that profits them both. A petting zoo can partner with a pizza shop and they can set up an on-site pizzeria that profits both the zoo and the pizza shop. Goat farms can partner with an outside yoga instructor to offer goat yoga and fitness lessons at their farm. Another form of partnership is through sponsorship. A wealthy or powerful business can sponsor a certain attraction at an agritourism site, which will gain both the site and the sponsor popularity. An example of this would be at Conner Prairie. Their giant hot air balloon is sponsored by Reynolds since 1987. The balloon can be seen from my grandparents' house in Fishers on clear days, which is nearly 3 miles from Conner Prairie. This is a great deal for Reynolds since they are gaining recognition, and Conner Prairie was given a hot air balloon, so their gain is pretty clear. Local examples. Some local examples of agritourism include the Lafayette and West Lafayette farmers markets, pumpkin patches, pick your own berry patches, and corn mazes. The largest local example would be Fair Oaks Farm. This is a very large agritourism site. They have expanded so much that now they have a hotel, restaurant, and museum. An exit was even built off the interstate just to get to Fair Oaks. Once a year in the fall, the youth group I am a part of will go and plan a trip where we all meet at Weah Creek Orchard. We will go on a tractor ride, each pick a pumpkin. We all gather and hang outside near their central barn where my mom usually buys apples. Weah Creek Orchard is great because it is so laid back and pleasant just to be around. Like I mentioned earlier, I have grandparents that live near Conner Prairie, which is sort of local. My family has been driving up to Conner Prairie since I was 3 years old and only had 2 siblings. And now I have 6 siblings. My middleest sister loves their hot air balloon and often asks, out of the middle of nowhere, when can we go back to the hot air balloon? What have you learned? You hopefully have learned about agritourism and now know some examples of what exactly agritourism is, what counts as agritourism, and about the trends affecting and being affected by agritourism. Conclusion: agritourism has a great impact in our everyday lives, often without us even knowing it. It provides opportunities for a return to nature, no matter where you are. It is important to know just how much this trend is affecting us, so these sites can continue to stay in business and help people make memories and live their best lives.